I think it's naive to believe that the United States is always going to exist in these perfect 50 states under this, under the federal government that keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. And I think it's irrational for people to think that Americans are just going to sit idly by while our federal government completely becomes tyrannical and out of control, like we've watched it do over the past year. And no one wants violence. And I'll say again, I'm completely against a civil war, even though the media tries to say I say things like that. I never do. But I do truly believe that if this becomes such a broken nation, and we have one party that is trying to rule over, like the Democrats are trying to rule over Republicans, to the point where they are deciding what opinion we are allowed to say, whether we can stay on social media or we have to leave because we're spreading what they claim is misinformation. If they get to a point where they're saying we're going to control your what you're allowed to do with your body and what you have to have injected into your body, and you have no choice or say, they're coming to the point where they're saying this is what your children have to be taught, and parents, you have no input or say, and your children essentially belong to the state, like some people are actually saying out loud, and that's happening in the state of California and elsewhere. When it gets to that point, you can't just accept or think that Americans are going to accept it. That is when it's okay to start saying, you know what, just like in a marriage, I don't like the way you're treating me. You either have to change. I'm asking you to change, which is what Republicans should be saying to Democrats right now. Stop this behavior. You have to change. We all have to live here together. We should care about our country together. And if you're not, then we need to consider maybe we need to separate. And what does that look like?